No matter what you're doing, there's only one thing that determines whether or not you're successful as a life insurance agent. In this video, I'm going to be breaking it down exactly, raw and uncut, and explaining why. This one key factor is the difference between you making 10,000, 20,000, nothing, 40,000, 50,000, or running $1 million a month agency. My name is Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lee Lab. The past 3.5 years, we've helped 550 agents issue pay $40,000 a month. On this channel, I try to talk about that tendencies, behaviors, and strategies of those individuals, what they're doing, and how you can go out and put this into your business as well. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. So as you guys know, this is all raw, uncut. I can be very honest. Still don't completely have my voice, so bear with me for those that have been watching. The lab green going in the background. Like the vibes. Okay, so today I want to talk about one of the most slept on features, traits, behaviors, mindsets of success. I hate to say it, but there are people who will just not be successful no matter what they do. They could work valet like I did. They could bartend. They could be a business owner. They could play sports. They could do life insurance. This one trait is the difference. You have to understand it has to work or it has to work. Now, I don't know where I got this from, so let me look this up. It has to work or it has to work. Who said this? I've only heard Nehemiah Davis say this, right? So I'm going to play this real quick. Right? I want you all to understand what that means. I'm going to play one more video here. So I want people to understand this simple phrase. The mindset to put your back. So you've heard the stories about people saying, this is left field for people because one thing, I have a whole video on this, but I want to just touch on it because it's relatable to my situation right now. One thing that people always hear about is, the woman who, as baby, is trapped underneath a car and, it's burning or whatever, and she lifts it up, or, these crazy stories about people doing whatever it takes to get the job done, right? The first person who broke the 4-minute mile, right? Usain Bolt breaking the world record for the fastest man alive, going 17-0 in a sport in football, just odds being broken, the mindset of the top, and I'm only saying that because I know I have it, and I'm not saying that arrogantly. I just wholeheartedly believe like whatever I put my mind to, it's going to happen. Now, regardless of what's in your control and what's not, there is one key factor that doesn't change, is that how you think and perceive the world is what the world gives you back. Agents want to think that leads are going to solve the problem, their uplines are going to solve the problem, the carrier is going to solve the problem. You are the only person who can solve the problem. Your mindset, your way of looking at situations, objections, learning new things is going to determine how successful you are. But Your process going through it is what is the difference maker. You have to get the mindset that says, regardless of what happens, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this job done. And I know is not an option. It not working is not an option. Let me give you an example. I run ads for those of you that don't know. And a lot of times we have, ads have this like, oh, this works, this doesn't work. I don't believe in that. I believe that no matter what it is, like we're going to get it to work. It's just we have to figure out how. I'm currently in the position where we are growing. I'll say to say that we did $430,000 last month. The first month we did like 240. Month before that we did 200. Then before that we like 220. So we're growing, getting more clients. We got an influx of orders, right? And our leads are really good. But it's been pretty stressful for me over the past 14 to 21 days. Not that the leads are bad, but that we are the only thing stopping us. If we could crank out, not if, when we can crank out more leads that are good, that consistently, and fill orders quicker to get more orders, we will make more money and we will help more people make money, and therefore we will grow as a business. That is currently a constraint. Some would say you're going to have to price the leads this much higher, do this, do this, do this. I'm a firm believer of no, it's going to work. This will work. These strategies are going to work. We don't have to grow, and the lead quality has to get drastically worse. Will it, not be as good if we have 10 people, if we have 1,000? Of course. But I'm not willing to sacrifice, put out garbage content just to get a better lead cost to fill an order to then not have clients come back. Which leads me to this, because the same mindset goes with leads. People will be like, well, I just need better leads, because they don't want to try. They don't want to realize that you just have to go through it. I just have to go through this process. Just like you have to go through your process. There is no other way around it. You have to go through it. That's it. Greatness is on the other side of this consistency and willingness to not give up and to push through. I only say that because on my road when I was a player to go in D1, one of the things that I harped on in high school, I made a commitment. It was like April, or actually it was like mid-March going into April of 2012. Yeah, 2012. No, 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 no. 2013. And I was like, I'm going to be a Division One player. And it was like, what? Like, you're not a D1 dude. Like that was kind of like the perception of me. And I just stayed up one night and I watched Eric Thomas videos. Like, you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. And every morning I woke up, played, fortunately, forgive me, Lord. I was playing rap music right when I woke up in the morning. I got juiced up. I went to the gym to work out. I would come home and then I would go to this speed trainer that everybody was talking about, and I would just work. And I was like, well, the first thing I need to do is I need to get a 4.5 40, and then I need to improve my position specific work, and I need to get stronger, and I need to go to these camps. And I was literally willing to do whatever it took. And the season started, and I still didn't have any real D1 Power 5 offers. And the season ended, and I didn't have any D1 Power 5 offers. And there were 3 weeks left, and then signing day camp was coming, and then I finally started getting Division One attention. But I even realized then all the things I had to do, I had to go through things. I had to go to camps and people be like, you suck, and put me with the B, because they used the camps they used to do A side, B side. It put me on the B side. And for those people who are like, how's this relate? It all relates, because it's all mindset. You hear people talk about, well, we want to recruit military people, we want to recruit athletes. Yeah, because you have the mindset. Mindset is the only thing that matters. Tools, equipment, products, that stuff changes. The people are what run the mechanism, whether it's a football team or whether it's a life insurance agency. So if you're a life insurance agent and you think that, well, the leads are bad and that's why I'm successful, you have to look in the mirror. I hate to say it. People think that the key to success is just being like, yo, I'm just going to get these leads and it's going to work. It's like, no, you have to sit down and say, regardless of what's going on, it has to work or it has to work. I'm going to make $40,000 a month. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do, a matter of fact, I just thought about what I'm going to write down. Pause for 1 second, y'all. Cool. So I just wrote something down for those of my clients. You guys are going to be getting something super dope. But anyways, I've realized that the only thing that actually matters is your mindset. I can give somebody really bad leads. If they have the right mindset, they will be successful. I can give somebody the best leads in the world. If they have the right mindset, they will be successful. If they have the wrong mindset, they will not be successful. I can give you the best, the worst leads in the world. If you think that you can sell them, you will sell them. I can tell you to go to the grocery store. Go stand on top of your car in the parking lot and scream, if you need life insurance, I'm your guy. You can go into Publix, you can go to an amusement park, you can literally go anywhere. And if you believe that what you're selling or what you're doing is going to work, it's going to work. There are people that are making millions of dollars selling pencils. There are people making millions of dollars selling mouses. There are people making millions of dollars selling phone cases, selling phones, selling sticky tacks, selling sweaters, selling little journals. It doesn't matter. No matter what happens in life, the people who are successful are the people who think in their mind, this is going to work. They're willing to do whatever. They're willing to hire whoever, sleep whatever amount of time or not amount of time, sacrifice whatever. They have the mindset that says it's going to work or it's going to work. It has to work or it has to work. Whether or not they say it out loud, they think that. And when they hear that statement, they relate with it because in their mind, there is no other option but success. When things go wrong, it's on them. When things go right, it's on them. They look at things and they say, hey, I am where I am because of what is going on. Until people can think in that mindset, you are trapped. You are unfortunately trapped. You cannot take yourself to where you're trying to go. Now, when you get there, that's not in your hands, that's in God's hands. But the reason why I'm bringing this up today is because I don't want to continue to harp on like do the KPI and do all these things. Yo, the most important factor is your mind. You got to think that this is going to work. If you are weak minded, you will not be successful. And unfortunately, nobody will tell you that, but I will tell you the truth. If you're watching me, if you believe what I'm saying, then cool. If you don't, that's also cool. At the end of the day, I always know in my mind it has to work or it has to work. That's my mantra. When I heard that, I was like, that defines me. And I'm going to write that down and live by that. Because in my mind, there is no other option. I don't look at obstacles and say, oh, this is an obstacle. There's no way I can get around it. I'm just absolutely cooked. No, I don't do that. So if I don't do that and I don't put myself in that situation, I should not settle for anything less. And when I got into the life insurance space, when I didn't do well, when I dropped $6,000 and flew out, drove out to St. Louis and got smacked in my face, I didn't say, well, you know what? Well, I'm just going to blame this. I'm just never going to do it. I said, no, bro, I'm going to figure it out. Like when you grow, you go in the gym and you lift, stress is a prerequisite for you to get stronger, for you to grow, for you like so there's no way to avoid it. You have to go through it. And if you have to go through it, that means that there's something on the other side, and that's a better version of yourself. So today's video is short, sweet, to the point. Write down, put in your mind that it has to work or it has to work, regardless of the situation, regardless of what's going on, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the president, regardless of what the color of your skin is. It does not matter. You have to get up and say, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get it done. Now, are there certain situations that are less fortunate? Yes. If somebody has a credit card that has $10,000 and somebody doesn't have a credit card at all, will they be able to buy better leads? Yes. But that doesn't mean that you should inherently say that you just can't get it done. Because if you have that right mindset, it's like, cool, whatever. That person does have that thing. That's cool. This is what I have. So I'm just going to make it work with what I have. And I will get there when I get there. But I'm going to run my own race. I'm going to have my own process. And until you can figure out what that process is for you, it does not matter. The only thing that matters is that you can just put the work in and give yourself the mindset that says, I'm going to push through this regardless of what's going on. So, as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I have nothing else for you. You have to look at leads. You have to look at booking appointments. You have to take accountability. There is no perfect formula. This channel is to be honest and transparent about what it actually takes to be a successful life insurance agent. And it takes you having the right mindset. If you have the wrong mindset and you complain and you whine and you blame leads and you blame situations, you blame uplines, you blame places, it's like, dude, you picked that place. You're in that location. Don't blame anything. It's like you didn't do your job. Cool. Take accountability. People don't want to take extreme ownership. Jocko Willink had that book called Extreme Ownership. It's amazing. The principle around it is like everything is your fault. Now, that's not inherently true, right? And obviously, he understands that. Like, God puts us in certain situations. We can't control certain things, but there's a lot of things that God does give us the ability to control, right? I love the book of Proverbs. It talks about our choices and how we're to search for wisdom and compares it to numerous things: gold, silver, riches, how wisdom is actually our best friend, how we can seek it, how if we love wisdom, it will love us back. Part of wisdom, the process is right knowledge, understanding, and then wisdom. That's the actual like progression, right? Do we know things? How can we learn things? So you become knowledgeable while watching this, but you don't understand it until you take what I'm saying and actually put it into practice. You until you run into a situation where it's really difficult and you say it has to work or it has to work. Then once you do that, you understand what this actually means. And then applied understanding over a long period of time gives you wisdom. So then you can speak to the situation because you've been through a bunch of different situations. That is what we want to focus on. The more that you can figure out how to go through that process, trying to avoid it will not do anything for you. So I just want to reiterate, you have to have the right mindset to be successful. If you don't have the right mindset, if you complain, if you want, if you whatever, this is never going to work for you. It's not, and I'm sorry to say that. But as always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys next time. If you're looking for leads, go to leadlabcrm.com. If you're looking to partner up with us, go to agentleadlab.com. You can book a strategy call on there. Please don't fill it out if you're just looking for leads. If you're looking for leads, guys, all the information is on the website. If you're looking to partner up or you're looking to build an in-house system, go to the website. You do have to qualify. Please put your information in. We only want people who are doing $200,000 to $300,000 plus, looking to grow their agency, have 3 to 4 writers that are doing 20 to 30K. And then at that point, we'd be interested in potentially partnering up with you and helping you scale. Those Apex packages start from 5 to 10K. But you do have to go through our progression to even qualify for that. So take it one step at a time. Otherwise, see you guys next time. Peace.